Hey y'all, welcome back to the B.A.D podcast, Broadcast After Dark. So happy that you are joining us. We have a very, very fun show today, and I have a very, very fun guest, my girl, meteorologist, Faith Colbert.
Hey, hello, Jasmine. So glad to be invited onto the B.A.D podcast. I'm excited about today.
Yes, absolutely. So when I was, thinking about this episode, I said, there's only one who I know will have something to say about the topics that we are going to be discussing. So if you are watching, go put the kids to bed. Adults only. All right, so first we're going to get in, Faith. Now, I know you are a workout girly.
Yes.
You know, we see you going, to work out
Yes.
after work all the time.
Religiously.
Yeah. Talk about that. Why do you, try to get your fitness on?
Right. Well, for one, like you said, I am a mom, and so I don't want to have the statistics of old mom bod. Like I want a nice body, especially working on news and the meteorology. You see everything.
Right.
And so that's why not only just for, of course, fitness and health, but for the confidence wise too, like in how you feel, even if you're not trying to lose weight or whatever. Just when you do a workout or a nice walk, you feel great when you leave the gym.
Absolutely. Okay, so fitness is what we're gonna be talking about today. So
Right.
you do fitness at the gym.
Yeah.
But have you ever tried to twerk for a workout?
Of course.
Really?
I have.
Now, okay, so little black girls, we
Yeah.
grew up twerking. That's
Right.
just our thing. That's just what we do. It's like a
Right.
culture thing.
It
You
is.
know what I'm saying?
Tradition,
Like
history.
it's tradition, but now it's like everybody does it. I'm like, we've been doing that since we
Yeah.
were little kids.
And it really is, yeah.
And it really is. And so there's this fun fitness in Killeen, and we're going to show you a little bit about it. The Pilates bar, it is shaking up its workout lineup with a brand new class that's turning heads and turning hips. That's the most important part. It's called Twerk Cardio, and the high energy session blends dance, cardio, and core training with one goal in mind, helping participants burn calories while having a blast. So I spoke to the instructor. Her name is Raylene Felch, and she says the class is designed for all fitness levels and focuses on building confidence, endurance, and strength.
So a lot of fitness workouts people get bored with. This one, it's going to switch up all the time. We have different volumes to pull our routines from. Right now, we've got about 60 volumes, so it's going to change. It's exciting. It's not going to be the same thing that you're going to find in most places.
All right. So listen, if you're thinking about going to take these classes at the Pilates bar, which is in downtown Killeen, are on Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Raylene teaches also another yoga at another yoga studio, I should say, every first and third Sundays at 3 p.m. Okay, so let me just say this, Faith. So when I was down there filming with her, I jumped in for a little bit. I jumped in and had a good time. There's some video floating around. But I will say I was tired.
Yeah.
I was exhausted.
It's very tiring. I will say I have taken a couple twerk fitness classes myself, and it's similar. Like I said, it's history, tradition. Black girls, we do grow up doing that, but it does derive from history. Like I know I went to a HBCU, and we've taken like African class dances, and a lot of times twerking is like that's like the slang, or that's like the urban culture terminology from it, but that's where it derives from. It does derive from like African dances, and in those dances are a lot of fast-paced movements. You're bending down, you're squatting a lot, and like you said, your heart rate is getting up, you're getting to sweating, you're having fun. But yeah, you'll get a good workout in and a good burn for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Like just moving the hips, and
Yeah.
like I feel like I have I twerk and I dance with my friends,
Yeah.
and I don't feel it. But at the class, like you're sitting there like. Like this whole time, and I'm like, I'm tired, and I was too embarrassed to tell her, "Ma'am, I'm tired.
Can we stop?
Can we stop?"
No.
No, ma'am. Keep going. So I tried to keep up, with the class, but it is a fun way to work out. I used to do bungee fitness as well, and that's another fun way to work out because I'm the type. Consistency is my thing, Faith. So when I'm going to the gym, I'm like, oh, walking on this treadmill, I'm bored. Oh, the stair climber, I'm bored. So sometimes it's cool to just kind of mix it up a little bit and twerk, twerk, twerk.
Yeah,
I
and
was like,
you have to find something that works for you, like you said. So like, even if it's not twerking like Zumba, it's similar, fast paced, but like instead of it being like more African derived style, it's more the Latin culture, stuff. But it's still similar,
Yeah.
things. So I've never done bungee jumping, but I think you more so have to find your pace, find what you're looking for. But either way, twerk fitness, sign me
Yes.
up. I think I'm gonna have to go to the next class with you guys. We're gonna have to get our stamina up
Uh-huh.
so that we're not tired, because I don't think she's gonna give us a break. Is
Oh
what it
no,
sounds
not
like.
at all. She said she will do group classes. So if you
Yeah.
want to come down with your friends, your homegirl, she was like, bridal parties,
Yeah.
all that stuff, come on down and you'll twerk it out.
Fun,
Twerk
yeah.
it out. I love it. I love it. All right, so Faith, this next topic, I feel like we've been told this all of our lives, never go to bed angry. You heard that before, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now, according to the Associated Press, there is a new article coming out that's saying now might be the right time to rethink that.
At some point, we just have to stop coming out with articles.
I
We
know.
always are doing a lot of. I know we have to do research, but some things we don't need to hear the updates on because.
So this is what it says. It says, though it's conventional wisdom, many relationship experts say sticking to such a rule is counterproductive. So it may even harm the relationship. And the reason why is they say that couples need to learn some habits first to do that. They say that sometimes like going to bed angry causes you to like get the fight over with.
Isn't
faster.
that what you want?
If that makes sense. They're saying that sometimes you may need to like chill out and just like think about it and like decompress first, because how sometimes you're angry, right? You say things that sometimes you don't mean, but they're saying like that you need to decompress first a little bit. Yeah. Now, she said that this comes from the reason why people may think that we're supposed to not go to bed angry. She said it comes from like a Bible verse. Be angry, but do not sin. Do not let the sun set on your anger. So that comes from the book of Ephesians. So she said that, and when I say she, I meant the woman who wrote this article. That is what she's saying, where we may have got it from. So there's things that we need to do. It's called halts. So it's a common reminder in therapy that people should avoid serious discussions when hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. So basically, yeah, okay, so let me think. There have been times where I have been mad at my man. And I sometimes say things, how they say hurt people hurt people.
Yeah.
And I say things just off rip that I probably don't mean or I shouldn't have said.
Yeah.
But there have been times where I just like, hey, I'm going to just call you back, and I sleep on it. And I wake up the next day and I feel better. And I'm like, I ain't even mad about that anymore.
And I will say, like you said, like you're saying, like the research is saying, if you're doing that, I feel like that's not going to bed mad necessarily, because like you said, you're giving yourself like, okay, I'm just going to decompress from this. Like you said, calm down from it. But as far as like, okay, we had the argument, at what point do you just stop and, okay, I'm going to bed? Like, because if my stress levels, my cortisol levels are up, I'm angry. And if it is to a certain point, like we can put a pin in it, but I do think we have to get to some point in that argument.
Yeah.
Or some point in the conversation before I'm going to bed. And especially the time of day we wake up, sometimes, I do need, I don't have time for this. I'm going to have to finish this tomorrow once I get ready for work. But other times, depending upon the nature of the conversation, if it's so great and weighing so heavy in my heart, I'm not going to be able to go to sleep no ways until we finish this thing out. So if it takes us until 2:30 in the morning, then we're going to finish it out.
2:30 in the morning. I know that's right.
Because it's like something, like I said, depending upon the conversation, like you can't, like if it's just weighing that heavy on you, depending on, like I said, it depends on the argument. But depending upon it, I can't just, oh, okay, well, I'll save it for tomorrow. Like, I can't just.
Yeah. I started to do that because I feel like I'm the kind of person, I just get mad and so angry. Okay, so I'll give you an example of a time where I was just angry too soon, okay? So I got upset with my mans at the time. And, like, I was just so upset at him. And like I said, I wanted him to be just as mad as me. So I went to his house, I checked. His car's in the driveway. He's home. Made a U-turn, went back. I went to the corner store. I got some mayo. I got some mustard, and I got a chocolate ho-ho.
Interesting combination.
His car is fire red.
Oh, wow.
So I'm thinking of a master plan. Go back, and all that stuff that I just said, I just spread all on top of the car. Just all on top of the car. Just spread it, because I'm like, he loves this car, so he's going to be upset. So I go back home, I go to sleep, and I'm just waiting for an angry phone call. He didn't call. Waiting. It's now like 10 o'clock in the morning. Now it's lunchtime. I'm like, I know he had to take a lunch break. So I called. I said, hey, because mind you, I'm not even mad anymore. Yeah. And I called. I said, hey, did you see your car this morning? He said, oh, yeah, I saw it. I just went to the car wash on my way to work. No big deal.
That would have set me off.
And I was like, you know what, Jasmine, it's time to grow up. Stop playing it, because it didn't affect him. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't have an impact on him. He just went and washed his car, and that was it. Like, he didn't call and yell and shout. But I wanted that, and I'm like, if I would have just relaxed and just went home and went to sleep, I probably would have woke up the next morning not even as mad anymore. So
that's a good man, Savannah.
I know, girl. I'm learning, y'all. I'm learning.
Good man. Because let me tell you,
I'm growing up.
Yeah. I would have been set off, because I think I'm the same way. I don't necessarily do things for reaction, but if I do something and if I'm just as mad and you're just nonchalant, I'm gonna take you there, because like I want you to be as equally invested. If you if I'm getting a sense that you don't care, then I'm just going to, oh well, what are we doing? But I guess the fact, like you said, he went to wash it, like he is more mature in that instance. And like you said, he was like, you know what? She's mad. I'm going to take the higher road. And sometimes men and women, we have to take the higher roads. And I feel like in this situation, like you said, the fact that he just ignored you, he knew it was you. He was like, let her calm down. I'm gonna wait till she reach out and tell me and stand on business about this situation.
But you gotta feel stupid. You gotta call that person and say, hey, did you realize I damaged your property?
And that's probably why he didn't call. He wanted you to feel just dumb.
Just like, stupid.
She has to call me now. And like I said, he's a good man, Savannah.
Absolutely.
Because if you would have showed up to my house with, what you said, mayo, mustard, ketchup.
Mayo, mustard, and a chocolate ho-ho.
So why the chocolate ho-ho?
Well, because I wanted something that would like stand out on that fire red. So I was like, okay, let me take this and smear it all on the car.
You know what? I will say that is less damage than me and my friends have done way worse. Ooh. I don't even think I'm going to say that on this podcast.
It might be like, Faith, it's time to go to jail.
Well, yeah. It wasn't me. I wasn't committing the act. I was a witness.
Ooh.
So,
and in some state, depending on what state you are in,
right.
If you're a witness, you're just as guilty.
Right. Well, it was not the state of Texas. And more of the story is, to this day, that relationship is still on the rocks. But more of the story, I think it depends on this person. Because in his situation, once my friend, did her act towards her man's car, they were still together. They were still talking. He didn't press charges. So, some people like that toxic mentality.
Toxic relationship, I know.
Me, on the other hand, not the case. But like I said, you got to find you a good man, Savannah. And it sounds like the man you were with the fiery red was a good man to not give you the reaction you were hoping for.
You want peace over toxic relationship.
Yes.
I need to learn from Faith, y'all. Okay. All right, so Faith, we're going to move on to this next segment. It's called Bad Advice.
Oh, wow.
But we're going to give good advice. But, you know the bad broadcast after dark. But It's time for bad advice, everybody. So we actually have 2 questions. One, as we were talking, another question from a viewer rolled in.
Okay.
So this first one that we are going to discuss is from an anonymous viewer. He said, I am a male in Central Texas. My question is, my fiance is always friend requesting my friends that she never met. Should I be concerned or have an issue with it? I've let her know that it bothers me because it seems a little intrusive, but she doesn't seem to find an issue with it. Faith?
Silence speaks volume. That's what I'll start off by saying. Let's just pretend that this is red. Let's pretend my phone is red.
Okay.
It's giving red flag.
It's giving red.
You do what you want with your life, and this is a part of the maturity thing. Maybe the fiance is immature, but even then, I feel like you should know certain things. That very much is red flag because it's a level of respect. Even for me, like even if I know some of my partner's friends,
Okay.
even if I know them, I'm not gonna follow them unless if it's been mutually agreed or they follow
Yeah.
me first. Just because, like I think it's like you have your friends, I have my friends. It's not even that I don't trust you thing, but once you do go and follow them and you don't know them and you've never seen them, now it is kind of like that's weird.
Yeah, I feel like they should be real friends, like friends in real life, in order to follow each other on social media, because it kind of gives that. Yeah, you're trying to be friends with all of his friends because maybe you're insecure about something or trying to maybe like keep a watch on him. So I think I have to agree with him and say that it is kind of intrusive and it's kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of weird. Like unless she's actually good friends with a friend of yours and okay, you're friends on Facebook, you tag each other, you take pictures. I get it. But just because
and you've never met them, and it goes back to relationships. I know some people who they're okay with being mutual friends with their partners. I'm more, like I said, I run a strict program over here, very strict program. And so, I'm not playing any of that. And it's not even an insecure thing. It's just like I said, even for my partner, I'm not going to go follow your friends. Like, I don't have anything to see because, you know what I'm saying? I'm a public person. So they're not going to even post anything that would get him into trouble. So why am I even going to go follow? I'm not going to find what I'm looking for. If I'm going to, if you're going to go look for something, look in the right places. And that's not going to be in the right places on social media. And so I personally run a strict program. Other people may. I think it depends on your relationship and how your dynamics are. But I'm just not that type where I have to follow your friends or, it's. I just don't do that. That's just me personally.
Yeah. All right, there you have it. Hopefully you take that advice. Maybe talk to her. Talk to her again. You said that's your fiance,
right?
So she should understand and feel where you're coming from. So talk to her again and then see if things change. If not, write us back and let us know.
Right.
Okay, so we're gonna go to our second question, our second bad advice.
Oh,
I just get tickled out of this.
Not the chuckle.
Bad advice. Okay, so the next one is also from a viewer. Okay, it says, any thoughts on how long you should be together before getting married or having kids? I think it takes, I would say 2 years. Let me say why. I think it takes 1 year to really get to know somebody, like really get to know someone. And then you need another year to figure out if this is what I want to deal with, if that makes sense. That's it for me, because sometimes you meet somebody and you're in that honeymoon stage and you just think that they are the world. But then after a while, you're like, oh, I don't know if I could deal with this snoring.
Yeah.
I had a boyfriend who didn't flush the toilet after he went to the restroom. It's ooh, I don't know if I can do, you know what I mean? So
Help
I just
him.
think a year to actually really get to know them, and then a year to kind of figure out, is this what I want to deal with for the rest of my life?
Yeah. I definitely agree. I do think it should be at least a year before marriage. Like the meteorologist that I am, I think that like you should witness someone in all seasons. People are different. You have Christmas, the holidays. Many people go through seasonal depression. So it's like you may be a lively person in the summertime, but then Thanksgiving, Christmas come around, and how are you going to help me through my seasonal depression? How are you going to help me through, as a meteorologist, the hurricane spring season where that's the busier time of year for me? I'm a different person during different times of the year, and I feel like to sign myself up to be with you for the rest of my life, you need to see the ways that I change, because I do change throughout the year. I'm not the same person October, my birth month, versus March. I'm a different person. And as far as kids, like the same thing too. I feel like you would need a year. Well, during that time, I feel like you would know if you want kids or not. But coming from someone who has a child, I would enjoy at least a year of my marriage with that person before having kids, because I do think that there's a difference between once you make that official step from boyfriend, girlfriend to husband and wife, and getting to enjoy, like, my responsibility is, okay, like, I'm a wife now, I'm a this, before you bring it to kids, because I feel like it's a too fast of a jump to jump from, okay, immediately wife, then mom. Like, you need time to progress, because just becoming a mom is a lot. And so if you don't give your time chances to grow from that, not that it's impossible, but I just think it'll be a little bit more easier. It'll be a smoother transition to like give yourself time to plan. But of course you can't always plan for things like that, but in the ideal world, I think like giving a year for each one of those would help it be more comfortable.
For sure, because I've heard before that sometimes men, when the baby comes, you know, he's so used to you just loving on him, that when the baby comes, they're like, she's not giving me any attention anymore. Like, you know, you can't lay in the bed with me because you got to get up every 5 minutes to go feed the baby and things like that. So, all right. I hope we answered y'all questions, and hopefully you take our advice, because you know me and Faith, we know some things.
Just a little. I hope so.
Just a little. All right, Central Texas. Okay, so that's all the time we have for now. But I do want to leave you just with some words here. Number one, please don't get mad at your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, and go damage their car. Just go home and go to bed. Also, work out. Twerk it out.
Twerk it out.
Take some twerk classes, and twerk it out. And also, take your time when it comes to having kids, getting married. Get to know one another.
And know yourself and know your partner. I think that was the biggest thing too. Like, just because something works for you, it may not work for someone else or your relationship. Like, know who you're dealing with, and then like go according. Like, what's the best plan for us?
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Well, until next time, you are watching the B.A.D podcast.